I'm here with Congressman Adam Putnam, who is the Republican candidate for Agriculture Commissioner. Thank you very much, Congressman, for being here.
Always a pleasure.
Democracy 2010. Now, you entered Congress in 2001. You were the youngest member of Congress for a time. You rose quickly in the ranks and decided to get out. Would you explain why you decided to leave Congress, and are you having any misgivings now that it looks like the Republicans may be poised to take over both houses of Congress?
I don't have any regrets at all. That town's broken no matter who's in charge. And as Commissioner of Agriculture, as one of 4 statewide elected members of Florida's cabinet, Florida's board of directors, I could have a bigger impact to keep Florida from turning into California in a month than I could in a year in Washington. Florida's at a crossroads, and this is the place to make a difference. As a conservative, I believe that our states are the laboratories of democracy, and they're more innovative than the federal government could ever hope to be.
Okay, you supported the 2008 Farm Bill, which encourages ethanol production and bio-based sort of technologies for energy production. But your opponent points out that you voted against about a half-dozen bills that would have provided tax credits and grants for solar technology, wind energy programs. Now, you cast yourself as an environmental candidate with your campaign literature and your commercials, but so how do you square that with your opposition to those bills?
I believe very strongly in renewable energy, and where Florida is best positioned to produce renewable energy is from the land. Not using corn, which is a terribly wasteful use, but growing energy crops. It gives farmers one less reason to have to develop. It provides another revenue stream, and and Florida, frankly, is the best positioned state in the nation because of our year-round growing season to produce cellulosic ethanol, not corn-based ethanol. And I have supported consistently throughout my career a number of renewable energy efforts, solar, wind, nuclear, cellulosic ethanol, a host of programs, and I'm the only candidate for Commissioner of Agriculture who understands that the real opportunities for Florida are in these land-based renewable energy efforts so that we can never be or be less dependent on the countries that hate us for our energy.
This is a question from one of our viewers. It's kind of a two-parter, who feels that the Agriculture Department in Florida is not as supportive of 4-H clubs and future farmers of America as they once were, that they're sort of dialing back their support of some of these fair events in particular. This viewer is also concerned that small farmers in particular, very small farmers, are burdened with rules that apply and were intended for large factory operations, especially when it comes to the production of milk and eggs.
Your viewer is right. As a 10-year 4-H'er and an FFA member as well, I was state 4-H president, I am fully committed to ramping up the department's participation and involvement in our youth. This is the next generation of Floridians, the next generation of Americans. They're our leaders. And these programs provide tremendous leadership opportunities. They teach responsibility. They keep kids connected to the land, help them understand where food comes from. And I've been very outspoken at the fairs and to the 4-H and FFA members about the need for us to rebuild that investment in the future. In terms of supporting our small farmers, I'm also the only candidate that's been very vocal about the things that we can do to support our small farms and use the abundance that we have in this great country to support those who are less fortunate. So connecting small, locally grown farms with our feeding programs in our schools, in our food banks, in farmers markets, in downtown communities where we will partner with not-for-profits and double the value of food stamps and WIC so that you're getting fresh fruits and vegetables into the homes of people who are facing challenging economic times.
Okay, got time for one quick question here. The Agriculture Commission, of course, has a lot of other functions. They have consumer oversight, environmental protection, regulates industries as diverse as pawn shops and dance studios and so on. What would you put at the top of your list, you know, within that realm of responsibility?
Well, the #1 consumer protection issue is food safety. And I have a proven track record of modernizing our food safety systems. The part of the department, in addition to ag and consumer protection, that touches every Floridian is that cabinet responsibility, that board of directors of the state of Florida.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Adam Putnam is our Republican candidate for Agriculture Commissioner. His Democratic opponent is former Tallahassee Mayor Scott Maddox. The election is November 2nd. Back to you.